Blood and sand, the life of a gladiator, the Colosseum, a place where legends were born and lives were lost, a monument to Roman power, a stage for death. The echoes of battles long past still linger in its stones. Thousands would cram into its stands, hungry for blood. The air was thick with anticipation and the scent of fear. Beneath the scorching sun, gladiators fought, each clash of steel a testament to their struggle. They were slaves, prisoners of war, condemned criminals. Their lives meant nothing to the spectators. The roar of the crowd was their only judge. Cheers and jeers decided their fate. Victory meant a fleeting moment of glory. Defeat meant oblivion. The sands of the arena soaked with their blood. Life as a gladiator was harsh. Every day was a test of endurance and willpower. They trained in brutal conditions, their bodies pushed to the limits, their spirits unbroken. Every day was a fight for survival, each moment a battle against death. They mastered swords, tridents, and nets, their skills honed to perfection. They learned to face lions and tigers with nothing but a spear. Courage was their only shield. Fear was a constant companion. Yet they stood tall, ready to face their fate. Yet some gladiators dared to dream of something more, a life beyond the arena. They clung to a sliver of hope for freedom, a chance to reclaim their lives. They yearned for a chance to challenge the might of Rome, to rise above their chains and be remembered. A spark of defiance. The gladiator, Attacus. Attacus, a Gaul by birth, knew this life all too well. The clash of swords, the cries of battle, it was all too familiar. He was captured in battle, his family slaughtered by Roman legions. The memories of that day haunted him. He was young, barely a man, when he was taken. The chains were heavy, but his resolve was heavier. But his spirit remained unbroken. The fire in his eyes never dimmed. Sold into slavery, Attacus found himself thrust into the brutal world of gladiatorial combat. He learned to fight, to survive. Every day was a battle. Each victory brought him closer to his captors, but further from the man he once was. Attacus was different. He was not just another gladiator. He fought with a ferocity that set him apart. He wasn't just surviving, he was rebelling. His every move was calculated. Every swing of his sword was a cry for vengeance. Each strike was a reminder of his pain. His victories were not for the glory of Rome. They were personal. They were for his fallen comrades, for his stolen homeland, for his lost family. Attacus fought for a cause greater than himself. Forged in fire, the making of a rebel. Years passed. Attacus became a legend. The crowds chanted his name. He was the champion of the arena. Yet, his heart remained cold. His victories rang hollow. He saw the cruelty of Rome, not its grandeur. He saw his fellow gladiators, broken and resigned to their fate. He refused to let them become shadows of their former selves. He trained harder, pushing himself beyond his limits. He learned Roman customs, their language, their weaknesses. He saw the cracks in the empire's facade. He whispered words of rebellion to his fellow gladiators. He spoke of freedom, of justice, of a life beyond the arena. At first, they were hesitant, afraid, but Attacus's courage was infectious. The seed of rebellion, a dangerous plan takes root. One night, under the pale moonlight, a plan began to form. The air was thick with tension and anticipation. Attacus gathered his most trusted comrades. Each one of them had faced the horrors of the arena and survived. They were warriors from different lands, united by their suffering and their thirst for freedom. Their bond was forged in the fires of adversity. They swore an oath to fight, not for the amusement of Rome, but for their own liberation. Their resolve was unbreakable. The plan was daring, some would say suicidal. Yet the fire of rebellion burned brightly in their hearts. They would use the upcoming games, the biggest of the year, to stage their uprising. The risk was immense. Failure meant certain death, but success meant freedom. But the chance to strike a blow against their oppressors was too tempting to resist. They were ready to seize their destiny. They would turn the Colosseum, the symbol of Roman tyranny, into a battleground for their freedom. The arena would witness a new kind of spectacle. The seed of rebellion, planted in the heart of a gladiator, was about to blossom into a storm that would shake the very foundations of Rome. the roar of defiance. The day Rome trembled. The day of the games arrived. The Colosseum was a cauldron of excitement. The crowd roared with anticipation. Little did they know they were about to witness an event that would shake the very foundations of Rome. As the trumpets blared, signaling the start of the games, Attacus and his rebels made their move. They cast aside their weapons, raised their fists in defiance, and roared their challenge to Rome. The crowd fell silent, stunned into disbelief. Then chaos erupted. Gladiators fought against guards, slaves against masters. The Colosseum became a battleground of chaos and bloodshed. Attacus, a whirlwind of fury, fought his way to the emperor's box. For a brief moment, the fate of Rome hung in the balance. A legacy forged in courage, the enduring spirit of Attacus. The rebellion was ultimately crushed. The might of Rome proved too strong. Attacus, overwhelmed by sheer numbers, fell. But his defiance resonated far beyond the walls of the Colosseum. His name became a whisper of rebellion, a symbol of hope for the oppressed. His story, passed down through generations, served as a reminder that even in the face of insurmountable odds, the human spirit could never be truly broken. Attacus, the gladiator who dared to defy Rome, may have died a slave, but he lived a hero. His legacy lived on, a testament to the enduring power of courage and the unwavering pursuit of freedom.